Marvin Pendarvis has been busy since his 2015 North Charleston City Council bid. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with him one-on-one. Marvin.
Good to see you again.
Likewise. It's been, 2 years since I've seen
It
you?
has been.
What is the biggest difference between 2015 and right now when you think of Marvin Pendarvis?
Well, I've grown a lot. The last time you and I sat down and did this, it was on the heels of my city council election. And, that was an experience in of itself. And since that time, I've just grown as a person. I've grown in my faith, grown as a lawyer professionally, and then also I've gotten involved just on a community level, continue to put myself out there and make sure that I'm doing anything that I can to be an asset to this community.
Speaking of experience, what are you experiencing right now?
Well, it's been some good times lately. The law practice has been good, and just got recently engaged, so I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that. In addition, though, it's just continuing to be involved. There's a lot going on in the city.
Right.
There's a whole lot, and so just it's one of those community servants or community advocates. You want to make sure that you're just there for the people and be someone of the people. Whether I'm in an elected position or not, I feel like I owe this community something. It's the community that birthed me, the community that raised me, and making sure that I do everything that I can to make sure that I'm a part of the growth and seeing it prosper going forward.
Speaking of growth, let me take you to the Clyburn Fellowship. You said the following on Facebook, quote, "I'm constantly amazed at the opportunities God has allowed me to be a part of and the people He surrounded me with. The Clyburn Political Fellowship is a testament to both. This weekend was beyond impactful. South Carolina gets a bad rep for a variety of reasons, and it's very inspiring to be around individuals who are committed to change the narrative about this state. Jamie Harrison was spot on when he said we need to, quote, build our bench. And man, it's going to be a beauty once we get in the game. Tell me, how do you want to build that bench?"
Well, when I look at the political fellowship, Jamie he created it because he wanted to make sure that as Democrats, we were putting ourselves in a position to be party leaders, to be candidates, to be people who work on campaigns as a party going forward. And anything that we can do to make sure that we're continuing to make sure that that next generation of people are there to really take the lead and to really take the mantle that they built and to really carry it forward. And so being a part of this fellowship is one of the better experiences that I've had. As someone who looks at themselves as a community advocate, community servant. I mean, just being in a room and for a whole week and around people from all 46 counties
Right.
in this state is just beautiful. Like-minded individuals who share some of the same values, the same ideals, and the same goals as you on a political level. I mean, some of those people I've been familiar with, or I've heard of, and some people I've never met before. But just being able to bounce ideas off each other, go through activities,
Sure.
To see exactly where we're at. And we only had, when I put that post, I was only at the second session.
Wow.
And so being able to have different party leaders like Jamie, like Congressman Clyburn, and others come in and speak to us and just share the knowledge that they have through their years of experience in this with us is just beyond impactful. So when I made that post, it was just because of the fact that sometimes you can be part of things that are bigger than yourself, and God places you in positions that sometimes you don't fully realize at the time. But I look at myself that I'm in every situation, everything that happens to me happens for a reason. And I'm just thankful to be a part of that and look forward to where it takes us going forward. Because I tell you this, the next General Assembly members, the next governors, the next campaign managers, I mean, they're in that room and they're part of that fellowship. And it's going to be exciting to see the work we do in the coming years.
You talk about like-minded people. Obviously, a lot of people in South Carolina. And as you know, the White House is occupied by a Republican administration. Congress is occupied by Republicans, as well as state government. When you think of the state of South Carolina and going forward, who are those like-minded people in your mind that can take the state forth for really Democrats?
Well, I mean, those people are out there. I mean, when you look at the party as a whole and some of the people who've been making noise in the party, it's going to be exciting to see where you're at. You got the Marlon Kempsons, the Bakari Sellers, the Todd Rutherfords, people who've been really strong advocates for the party in the past.
Steve Benjamin.
The Steve Benjamins of Columbia. So it's going to be exciting to see where they are and how we take those steps to make sure that the state can, eventually turn blue in some capacity and really start getting a lot of wins here in South Carolina.
Well, speaking of South Carolina, describe to me the following one word: the gas tax.
We need to make sure that we pass some kind of legislation and put it in place to increase it. I mean, that's just to be honest, increase.
School pipeline, prison law, that is.
That's good. Good news. I mean, the school to prison pipeline is something that's been talked about a lot. We are well aware of the situation that's going on with that, and anything we can do to curb that, I think I was happy to hear that that there was some movement in that in the General Assembly, and I look forward to seeing exactly how that develops as we go forward.
The African American Museum.
Excited. There was a recent donation, a sizable contribution to that. And I'm excited to see exactly how that looks once we get done with it. I mean, having something like that here in Charleston, especially with the history and the culture, the heritage that we have here in this beautiful city and this area, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see that. And I think it's going to be something that people will travel from near and far to really be a part of. So I'm excited to see it.
The Michael Slater federal trial.
That's going to be interesting to see. We, as you mentioned earlier, we are in a Republican administration with the appointment of Jeff Sessions as the Attorney General. I understand that, there had been conversations. A lot of people were wondering exactly how his appointment would impact the federal trial. But it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it'll be simultaneous with the retrial on the state level of Michael Slater. So, obviously for those families, for the Walter Scott family and everyone involved, hoping that, we see some kind of justice served.
So when you look at 2015, when that particular shooting took place to right now, when you go in your mind, what is the state of North Charleston in your mind?
Well, the state, since that shooting, it's interesting you say that, because I had a conversation with another number of colleagues and friends of mine, and people are just in various circles, and I think the city of North Charleston has made some progress since then. We have a ways to go, and at that point in time when the shooting happened, there was a lot in the wake of that, as far as calls for accountability from the city officials, different leaders in the community. Obviously, law enforcement was under heavy scrutiny, and so since that time, I think we've made some strides. But we have we've got a long way to go. Okay. We've got a long way to go to try to really get to the root of the issue and try to figure out what's going on. I commend the city for taking a step forward and trying to form the law enforcement, the community advisory panel full of citizens that are going to be able to review different complaints from civilians about law enforcement and seeing how that develops. And as I've had a conversation with a number of community groups, while it wasn't in the form that a lot of people would have liked it to be, as far as the teeth that it has, it's something, and it's what we can make of it. And so just making sure it's staffed with the right people, and those are public meetings, so just continue to be involved in the process and see how it goes, give it an opportunity to see how beneficial and successful it can be and what kind of impact that it'll have on the city.
Well, I'm trying to keep up with you because obviously you're a busy guy with the Curry Law Firm.
Yes, sir.
You have the Clyburn Fellowship, and of course you're still a community activist in the North Charleston area. But if I were to ask you what you'll be doing in the next 2-3 months, you'll say what?
I tell people to stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm excited about my future. I'm a man of faith, and so I go where God tells me to go, and I'm just looking forward to being in a position, whatever position I may be, to be in a position to help people. And so, I've been doing a lot just as a civilian, really, just making sure that I can do anything that I can to really move this city forward. And so, there may be some things that, as far as what I may be doing in the future that come up, and when those things happen, I imagine I'll be in front of you be discussing those.
I'll be happy to do it.
Absolutely.
Well, Marvin Pendarvis, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.